Using Interwrite IWB software in your classroom, basic training course. Using pens, highlighters, and texture pens. There are a number of different pens that you can use to write on your interactive whiteboard. If you locate the pen icon and then select the down arrow that's next to it, you'll see that there are a variety of options available. You can customize these by selecting the button Customize. This will bring up a window which will contain all the different types of pens available. You're able to make the pens thicker if you wish by pulling on the width button. You can change the color by simply selecting the color in the color box. You also have other colors that you can select from as well, so if you want other colors, and you can also select lighter versions of these as well, and that will appear on the screen. There are two highlighters available. If you click on the icon, it's best if you actually pull the bar over so that it reads about 70%. This will enable you to see the words underneath that you've highlighted. You're not restricted to stay to these colors. You can select any colors that you want to, but just remember to pull the bar over to about 70%. The next two pens are for calligraphy. The first one can be used as a watercolor brush. It actually bleeds onto the page as a watercolor brush would, or you can also use it to create Japanese or Chinese characters. The next brush is a traditional calligraphy pen. You can see that it's broad and angular. The last one is called a texture pen. The texture pen is a repeating pattern that can be used to cover up words or objects, or if you pull the bar to about 10 and add a border, it can actually be used to write with. To see the different patterns, go to the word Browse, and you'll see that there are a number of different patterns you can select from. If you don't see this patterns appearing, just go to the menu and select either large or medium icons so that they will appear. You can then select the one that you want to use and hit Open, and it will automatically change that for you. The color of the border can be changed to suit simply by clicking on another color box. You've also got a variety of different cursor styles that you can select from as well. So once you have selected the options you wish, then hit OK. And now if we go back to the down arrow, we'll see all those changes that I made have now been in place. They will remain that way until you actually go back to Customize and change the pen. I'm going to select the first pen, and I'm just going to scribble onto the screen. Now if I want to change or move this in any way, remember I need to use this select object, which is in the center of the taskbar. If I click on this and then click on the actual line, you'll see that a blue box forms around the image, and I'm able to then move it wherever I want. I've also got the ability to make things larger or smaller by pulling on that white circle, and I can flip and turn things around simply using the green circle. The down arrow is an edit point, and we'll talk about this at a later time. We have a thing called the floating properties toolbar. At the moment it's minimized, but to make it large, just hit the arrowhead that's there, and once I tap on the image, you'll notice that these come alive. I'm just going to show you the next slide, which will show you what each of the icons do. The first one is different line styles, so we can have straight lines, dotted lines, dash lines, dot dash lines. We can change the color of the line. We can change the thickness of the pen, and also these two squiggly lines are for pen properties, and I'll show you that in a moment. You can actually change the style of the pen, and once again, to close down the toolbar, you just hit the arrowhead that's there and it will make it small. You can then click and drag it anywhere you want on the screen. Just getting back to the line that I have created, if I use the select object to tap on it, I'm able to move it, as I said, anywhere that I want to on the screen. I can also change the style of line. I can change the color of the line, and once again, if we go to more, we can select a completely different color. I can change the thickness of the line, and you'll also notice that the pen property line is now grayed out. To utilize that, you need to change the style back to a straight line, and then you see this comes in open once again. So if we click on this, what I'm able to do, I can have just a single solid line, or I can change it to a line with a shadow. And if I hit OK, you'll see that there's now a shadow on this line. I can also go to gradual, and this will enable me to have a gradation to the line itself. So you see that now will now change. And the last one is the border, and this will allow you to write with this, and you'll have a nice border around the line itself. One of the main advantages of the interactive whiteboard is that you can replay pages. If you look here, there's the replay icon, which you'll find here on your taskbar. If I hit that button and hit the pause button, I can stop this. I can also go to the little cog that's at the bottom and change the speed. 0.5 is the slowest speed, and 0.8 is the highest speed. And when I hit the play button, this will continue to move, and every movement that I made will continue to appear. So all those changes that I made are now appearing on the screen. Another way that you can use this using the calligraphy pen is to show step-by-step motion. And if we hit the replay button, once again we can pause this at any point, hit the play button, and you can also use it for something like a mathematical equation, where you would pause this at the equal sign and get the students to predict what's going to happen to the rest, and then predict each of the steps along the way. Or if you've got a diagram and you've added different parts to it, you can show how you went from step to step. Using the texture pens, the texture pens can be used as a bit of fun to write on the screen. Once again, you can simply write on the screen, and you can also use it to cover up numbers or objects, as we see, and then to reveal them, use your eraser, and it will actually reveal the numbers underneath. It will reveal the operation, and it will reveal the words that you see here as well. You'll notice that it's not erasing any of the typed text. That will only be able to be removed if you use the select object and then select it and hit the red X to actually remove that. And to bring it back, just use your undo button. You've also got your highlighters that are here as well. Once again, you can select the thickness that you want and highlight the various words that are here on the screen, and to remove the highlighter, just use your eraser, and that will allow you to erase that but not erase the text underneath. Thank you for viewing this tutorial. For further information, contact us by email info@edis.com.au.